There's something special about this month. It is one of the 4 sacred months. Only Allah SWT can make something sacred. Only Allah SWT can make something Mubarak. He can make someone Mubarak, something Mubarak, a place Mubarak. Only Allah SWT said, وَرَبُّكَ يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيَخْتَارُ. And Allah and your Lord creates whatever He wishes and He chooses. Allah chooses whatever He wants to make it Mubarak. He chose 4 months to be sacred months. And these sacred months, they're mentioned by name in the Quran, Arba'a, but they are they're mentioned by number in the Quran, but they are mentioned by name. What are they in an authentic hadith in Bukhari? The 4 sacred months are Rajab, which is separate, and then the Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah, and Muharram. They are right after one another. Now, what does it mean that the month is sacred? It has 2 meanings, or it is sacred for 2 reasons. Number 1, because it is prohibited to fight in this month unless the enemy starts the fight. You cannot initiate the fight as a Muslim, initiate a battle, initiate war against the enemy in this month unless they started the war. The second reason that they are sacred, because transgressing in this month is more grievous than transgressing in any other month. Sins, major sins committed in this month, major sins are forbidden all the time. But the level of their gravity is higher, is worse if they are committed in these 4 months than any other months. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, do not لا تظلموا أنفسكم. Do not wrong yourself. Do not wrong yourselves in these months. We are not supposed to wrong ourselves in any month, but in this month, just like a sin committed in Mecca, that same sin is worse than committed anywhere else in the world, right? So the place, the time, sins in Ramadan are different than sins after Ramadan. Someone who drinks alcohol in Ramadan is worse than drinking alcohol in any other month. They're both evil, but the place or the time makes it even worse. And this also applies to the 4 sacred months. Now, one of the beautiful things about the month of Rajab is that it's only 2 months before the great month of Ramadan. Our scholars said that the month of Rajab is the month of planting. The month of Sha'ban is the month of watering. And the month of Ramadan is the month of reaping the fruit. You plant it in Rajab, you water it in Sha'ban, and then you will enjoy the fruit of Ramadan, in Ramadan. Many of us, they plant, water in Ramadan, and that's why a couple of days after Ramadan, in the beginning of Ramadan, they get tired and they quit. Because all these ibadat, fasting, qiyam, Quran, all the ibadat that we do in Ramadan, they have not done any since last Ramadan. So now in Rajab, we should start training ourselves and preparing ourselves and having a schedule. Ya Allah, if you kept me alive to witness of the month of Ramadan, I am going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make a list from now. If we are preparing for a graduation, for a wedding, for any big event in our life, we prepare way ahead. This is the month of Ramadan that is coming in less than 60 days. And it's a beautiful guest that we could get all our sins forgiven. We could finish this month with clean slate. We have to prepare from now. If we wait till the beginning of Ramadan, and then from the beginning we start coming to Fajr and Jama'ah, we start reading the Quran, fasting, Taraweeh, all of it together, 3, 4, 5 days, because we have not done any of that for a very long time, you see most of the masajid, the first week are packed, and then slowly and gradually they go back to normal. Why? Because we did not prepare. Rajab is the best month to start training yourself and preparing yourself physically and spiritually to the month of Ramadan. So let's start planting right now. Now, unfortunately, there are many bid'ah innovations in the month of Ramadan, in the month of Rajab. Many people do things specifically in the month of Rajab which no ayah, no hadith, authentic hadith that told us to do. One of them is Salatul Raghaib. They say the first night of Rajab you have to pray the Salat. The hadith is fake, it's not authentic at all. Many people think that there are special days to fast in the month of Rajab. My brothers and sisters, there are no special days to fast in the month of Rajab. If you are from the people who used to fast Monday and Thursday and the 3 white days, Bismillah, go ahead and continue. But to say I'm fasting because it's the middle of Rajab, it's the first of Rajab, it's the last night of Rajab, it's the 27th of Rajab, there's nothing like that in the Sunnah. And the best guidance is the guidance of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The deen is complete. Our deen is complete. Let's follow Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in what he did, and that will bring us to the safest path. Many people say, oh, Umrah in Rajab is better than Umrah in any other time. Fake. Where did you get that from? Anytime we mention something, we have to support it by an authentic evidence from the Quran or from the Sahih Hadith. We cannot add new things to our deen. This is very dangerous. There's another salat called Salat Dawood that's in the middle of Rajab. There is a dua which is specially made for the month of Rajab. Oh, if the month of Rajab started, you make this dua. In the middle of Rajab, you say this dua. At the end of Rajab, you say this dua. Where did you get that from? Sometimes the shaitan comes, you say, what's the big deal? It's just a dua. It's just this, it's just that. Where did you come up with these things? Where did you come up with this? There's a very beautiful formula that we should follow, my beloved brothers and sisters. And the formula is, if there is any khair in something, either Rasulullah ﷺ would have done it or his companions would have done it. Right? This is it. This is the formula. We cannot come up with new things and introduce them to the deen and think that we are doing something right. Another thing, people specify the month of Rajab to go and visit the graves. People specify the 27th of Rajab to speak about the Isra and the Mi'raj, which is nothing 100% authentic that the Isra and Mi'raj took place at that specific time on the 27th night. Let's take advantage of the month of Rajab and prepare ourselves. This is what we are supposed to do. Prepare ourselves for the month of Ramadan. Let's start to make a sincere tawbah from this month, a sacred month, the month of Rajab. Ya Allah, that's it. I'm done with drinking alcohol. I'm done with gambling. I'm done with smoking. I'm done with riba. I'm done with chatting or mixing with the other gender, with haram places and haram relationships. I'm done, Ya Allah. From now, we have to prepare yourself, because sins committed in this month are much grievous than sins that are committed in other months. So, my brothers and sisters, this is a month that people it goes through and no one pays attention to it. So let's inshallah ta'ala start in this month, make plan for the month of Ramadan, and start from this month, train ourselves for the month of Ramadan so we can welcome the month and look forward for Ramadan and beg Allah Azza wa Jal to accept everything that we do in the month of Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teach us what benefit us and keep us on the straight path till the day we meet Him. May Allah Azza wa Jal make our last deeds, our best deeds, and our last words, La ilaha illallah. Love you all for the sake of Allah. Subhanak Allahumma bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.